I'm looking for my son.
Dad?
Give your old man a hug!
How do we know he's even related to you?
Look at that! It's like looking in a fat mirror. Come home with me.
Po is back, and this time is reuniting with his long-lost father in DreamWorks' third edition of the Kung Fu Panda story. Our film critic Richard Crouse joins us now. Please tell me this is good, because it looks really good.
Well, this is the movie you're going to go see with your kids
You
this
know
weekend.
that.
Yeah, I know that already, and I'm happy to tell you that it's great.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, the Kung Fu Panda, the first one is great. It was different looking. It's interesting because it's a mix of computer-generated animation and then this beautiful kind of like Chinese-inspired art that they weave all the way through the look of the movie. Love that. I mean, it gives a different feel to the thing. The stories are funny. Po is a great character. Po is the panda, kind of clumsy, maybe not the brightest bulb in the drawer.
But he's so lovable.
But he's so lovable, and he conquers obstacles. That's his thing. So every movie, there's a new obstacle. So now he's a kung fu master, but there's a supernatural threat that he has to deal with now. It's funny, it's smart, it's beautifully wrought. The voice work is great. Jack Black is really, I mean, apparently the character of Po was based on Jack Black anyway, so he nails that. But there's new voices. Bryan Cranston is here as Po's father, and J.K. Simmons, who we know from Whiplash and Law and Order
brilliant
and
actor.
Oz and all that stuff, and he plays Kai, the menacing but not really too menacing bad guy.
How many
Great
stars?
stuff. So 4 stars.
Four stars
For that. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the finest hours now.
The Finest Hours is a big disaster movie. It's one of those films that's supposed to, make you get to the front of your seat and be excited as every new twist and turn happens. But I found myself sitting back in my seat a little bit more.
Sign, Richard.
Maybe, it's a little snoozy, and it's too bad because you've got this story, and it's based on a true story about this really daring Coast Guard rescue during a nor'easter off the Cape of Cape Cod in 1952. So it's got all the elements of something very exciting. Impossible weather, brave good-looking men on boats that are trying to save other men stranded on boats.
What is
It's
it that
got all
doesn't
stuff.
work?
It just never takes flight. You don't really care about the characters. Chris Pine, who is usually very charismatic, plays the captain of this small boat that goes out to rescue these 30 sailors that are trapped on this oil tanker that's split in half. And instead of being charismatic, having the swagger that you sort of would associate with a character like that.
Yeah.
That's what Pine is. He's not. He plays the character in a very underplayed, kind of insecure way, and it doesn't really work. It doesn't make you get on side with it. And it's one of those movies, and this is a pet peeve of mine, that during every scene says, "This is impossible. This will never work," and of course, then it does.
Of course.
And it
I
goes.
love that voice.
Well, that's how they all say. It's 1950s. This is impossible. It'll never work. So it's a 2-star movie for me. I wanted more. It looks terrific. Holliday Grainger looks like she just stepped out of the 1950s in this as the fiancée to Chris Pine's character, but it doesn't quite all come together.
Okay, so the finest hour is not so fine.
It's a little damp.
It's a little damp.
It's a little damp.
JeruZalem, tell us about that.
This is the first big supernatural thriller film to come out of Israel. So it's about 2 young American girls. They're 17, 18 years old. One of their brothers has just died recently, so to clear the air, to make themselves feel better about life, they decide to take a trip. They go to Israel. They meet a young guy along the way that says, "Oh, you have to go to Jerusalem for Yom Kippur." They go to experience the whole thing, and it's all going really, really well until the gates of hell open up under Israel and demons come out and all that sort of thing, and then it turns into something else. Now, this movie is what's called a found footage film. So this is one of those movies that takes footage that the characters themselves have taken and uses that to tell the story. In this case, she's wearing Google glasses the entire time.
Okay.
So it's bumpy and jumpy.
Does it work?
It works well enough. The character design is good. There are a few really good jump scares, and the shots of Jerusalem's old city are fantastic. I mean, it gives you an up-close and personal look at this. But it's a 3-star movie for me all around because I'm tired of movies that look like they're doing this the entire time.
And you're seasick by the end
Yeah.
of the whole thing. All right, so Kung Fu Panda wins the week.
Kung Fu Panda wins the week by quite a bit.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You will find all of Richard's reviews on our website, canadaam.ctvnews.ca.